it's Lasha and I'm back. I was unable to upload videos live or anything over 60 seconds for 2 weeks. I had two strikes against me. One was because I used a Tubi video about Meghan Markle, and it was actually a really good video, good commentation. So I've been putting up shorts lately. So I've made 2 YouTube videos today thus far. One I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's part 1, and it's on the channel LASHAROJENKO 6907, but make sure you put @ and then you go to live, and you'll see there's an hour-long part 1 video of my take a year and a half or so later in reference to the Johnny Depp trial. It's a good video. I'm actually quite proud of it. The other thing that I promised myself to do and everybody else is I tried to start a little book club, but it wasn't my forte. However, it just takes practice. So this is for Handmade Tales. Handmade Tale fans. I'm just going to call you Handmade Tales because I'm one as well. So I attempted to read this book at least 6 times on all the channels. So where I start perfectly fresh and perfectly new is under @LashaRajenko 6907, and I read the Testaments by Margaret Atwood from page 1, which is called Statue, and then I started reading about Ardua Hall, and then we started to get into Precious Flower about the children, and then Transcript of Witness Histories 369A. So I'm picking off where I left off from the prior video. Again, this is the Testaments by Margaret Atwood. So for Handmade Tale fans, do not fear. The book is here. If you wanted to see a really good book club, go to Cherry Denise. She's reading The Traitor King right now about Harry's great uncle. History repeats itself. You've got to check out Cherry Denise. She has hundreds and thousands of subscribers, or thousands and thousands. That's how talented she is. But I'm going to read this anyways because I like it. So we're still talking about lads and lasses. The transcript of witness testimony 369A, and I'm on page 11, and here is where we left off. The pink, the white, and the plum dresses were the rule for special girls like us. Ordinary girls from econo families wore the same thing all the time. Those ugly, multicolored stripes and gray cloaks, like the clothes of their mothers. They did not even learn petite point, embroidery, or crocket work, just plain sewing and the making of paper flowers and other such chores. They were not pre-chosen to be married to the very best men. No. Though we girls knew the truth, that is, it's better to be pretty than ugly, even the ants paid more attention to the pretty ones. But if you were already pre-chosen, pretty didn't matter so much. I didn't have a squint like Huldah, Huldah, or a pinchy built-in frame like Oh my gosh. Shunamite. I'm just gonna call this person Shun, and I didn't have barely their eyebrows like Becca, but I was unfinished. I had a dough face like the cookies of my favorite Martha and Zilla made for me as a treat, with raisin eyes and pumpkin seed teeth. But though I was not especially pretty, I was very, very chosen, doubly chosen, not only the pre-chosen to marry a commander, but chosen to the first place by Tabitha, who was my mother. Okay, that is what Tabitha used to tell me. I went for a walk in the forest, she would say, and then I came into an enchanted castle, and there was a lot of little girls locked inside, and none of them had any mothers, and they were under the spell of the wicked witches. I had a magic ring that unlocked the castle, but I could only rescue one girl. So I looked at all of them very carefully, and then out of the whole crowd, I choose you. What happened to the others, I would ask. The other little girls? Different mothers rescued them, she would say. Did they have magic rings too? Of course, my darling. In order to be a mother, you need to have a magic ring. So this is, she's looking at things through a child's eyes. Have you ever done that? Taken your life and looked at it through a young person's eyes, and you find that your personality hasn't changed that much. Okay, so where's the magic ring? Where is it now? It's right here on my finger, she would say, indicating the third finger of her left hand, the heart finger, she said it was. But my ring had only one wish in it, and I used that one up on you. So now it's an ordinary, everyday mother ring. At this point, I was allowed to try on the ring, which was gold with 3 diamonds in it, a big one, and a smaller one on either side. It did look as if it might have been magic at one point or another. Did you lift me up and carry me, I would say? One of the forest, out of forest. I knew the story off by heart, but I liked to hear it repeated. No, my dearest, you were already too big for that. If I had carried you, I would have coughed, and then the witches would have heard us. I could see this topic, or I could see this was true. She did cough quite a lot, so I took you by the hand and we crept out of the castle so the witches wouldn't hear us. We both said, shh. But she would hold her finger up to her lips, and I would hold my finger up too and say, shh, delightedly. And then we had to run very, very fast through the forest to get away from the wicked witches, because one of them had seen us going out the door. We ran and then we hid in a hollow tree. It was very dangerous. I did have a hazy memory of running through a forest with someone holding my hand. Had I hidden in a hollow tree? It seemed to me that I had hidden somewhere, so was it true? And then what happened? I would ask. And then I brought you to this beautiful house. Aren't you happy here? You are so cherished by all of us. Aren't we both lucky that I chose you? I could be nestled close to her with her arm around me, my head against her thin body, through which I could feel her bumpy ribs. My ear was pressed to her chest. and I could hear her heart hammering away inside her faster and faster. And it seemed to me, as she waited for me to say something, I knew my answer had power. I could make her smile or not. What could I say but yes and yes? Yes, I was happy. Yes, I was lucky. Anyway, it was true. All right, that's 10 minutes. So later on today or tomorrow, I'm going to be starting on chapter 3. So those, I think, were prefaces. Yeah, these were sort of prefaces. So how old was I at the time? Okay, so yeah, we're going to hit that tomorrow. I'm going to do 3 because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm going to read all of this tonight, and instead of reading it to you, why don't I summarize the book, and then I'll read some important parts. So it's 11:11. I'll catch you later, and thank you for listening and tuning in.